business objective, as center of our business focus. Then we have two key pillars to this. We want to grow the content business. That implies that we want to offer the consumer a variety of content. We want to offer the consumer quality content and content that meets their needs. Then we'll also, the second pillar is creating new value. That is offering new propositions, new innovations that meet the changing needs of the consumer and also meets the expectations of our shareholders and other stakeholders. Now, underlying all that is our emphasis on the fact that we are a content company, and our strength is on content. That's what we deliver, that's what we promise to give you. Then the enabling items towards achieving this objective are our values: trust, integrity, focus on the consumer, innovation, and then we have innovation and digital. Digital is an enabler. It is not an end in itself. So that is what we focus on. Then further to that is I want to restate our mission, which remains the same, creating value for our stakeholders and positively influencing society by providing media that informs, educates, and entertains. So like I said earlier, the consumer is important, and the consumer is the one we're focusing on. Then using technology that is relevant, easy, and convenient for our users. We are focusing on growing reach, that is extending our presence beyond East Africa, growing the frequency. These are the channels through which we deliver the content, and finally also focusing on monetization or creating more value through various, because we are in business, we need to also grow that. So those three items, reach, frequency, and yield, are the ones that give us the top line, the revenues that we want to achieve at the end of the day. And then technology, you can see, is the enabler that enables us to achieve a greater reach and diversified channels, and finally, better motivation. Now, we started our transformation journey around, it's actually taken us some time. But since 2018 and before, the journey has been on, and that's why this year we even appointed two key people towards achieving this transformation journey. That is Oliver and Monica. Now, to achieve our growth and diversification, we have three key planks. First is focus on accelerating existing products, because existing products are important and they are products that we know. So it's important for us to grow with the consumers. Like, let me take an example of the nation, making sure that the nation is offered in a position and in a way that meets the consumers of today. So we will be accelerating and moving the existing products, the various print products, various broadcasting products, and various digital products to meet the needs of the consumers of today. Then we are also focusing on new ventures, new initiatives, new innovations that are aimed at achieving or at growing our reach, frequency, and yield. And then exploration on, and then exploring opportunities on mergers and acquisition. I'll try and also give details, more details in the next slide on our transformation agenda, which is part of the journey that we've embarked on in 2018. Now, our traditional business model has relied significantly on third-party advertising. So we are saying now we're moving from reliance on entirely third-party advertisers to rely more on the readers. So our revenues will come from both the advertiser and the readers. That is our customers directly. We'll have a direct link with the consumers directly. The consumers can subscribe, the consumers can enroll, and give us feedback directly, and we will be able to generate some revenue out of that. Now, that calls for new journalism. It calls for change in the skills and attitude of our staff, and Mutuma will be talking more of that and providing more details on that. Then we also, in 2020, developed an Africa-wide digital brand, Nation.Africa, which is a brand that will drive our discovery, our extension to the African continent. And then we've said that our print media specifically, and all the other medias, the traditional medias here, will have to reinvent for commercial viability. And that's why we are focusing on both advertiser and reader revenue. Then developing an agile and responsive organization structure. We've relooked at our organization structure, and there are three key pillars. We have a pillar on technology, we have a pillar on content and consumer. So those three pillars, which are intertwined together, that when the content pillar moves, the customer pillar also has to move, and the technology pillar has to move, supported by various shared services. So that is the kind of organization that we've built, and we've actually brought in the various people in place. I talked earlier on about innovation, partnership, and mergers, and that's why Pamela was hired and redeployed, not hired, but redeployed. Then focus on the youth, the population of the youth being more than 65%, and sometimes, depending on what cutoff you work with, we talk of 75%. Broadcasting, focusing on video and audio growth and monetization. Again, emphasizing the need to offer the consumer podcasts, offer video platforms, and offering the consumer, because traditionally we know that news are at 7 and 9 p.m. But that has changed. You need to consume your news whenever, wherever, and whatever time you want. Then, of course, underlying that is a need for operational efficiencies and ensuring that we are financially sustainable. So that is our agenda, and Mutuma and Richard will provide slightly more details on what we have done and what are the next steps. Then recently, we launched a peace initiative. This is as part of our campaign during this election year to ensure that we have a peaceful election and we don't have a repeat of what we've experienced in the past. So we've been driving this campaign, Mimim Kenya, through various messages, through various partnerships, and using on our platforms, we've carried these messages from a variety of Kenyans of all walks of life. The next slides are just highlights of some of the activities for last year. Those are commercial initiatives, like we had a MICT Expo, we had an MSME exhibition. All those are, again, our initiatives to meet the needs of our consumers. In this kind of initiatives, our consumers are able to meet their customers, and they are able to have a platform where they can offer their products, and we are able also to collect content, we are able to interact with them, and we are able to offer this content to Kenyans. Then this is an area we are proud of, and we are leaders in this area, the area of thought leadership, the Nation Thought Leadership Forums, which started well before COVID and transitioned to virtual platforms. And then our Kusi Festival of Ideas, Kusi Ideas Festival, which is now 3 years. The first year we were in Rwanda, second year we were in Kisumu, and third year we were in Ghana, where significant issues affecting Africa are discussed and solutions are presented to the authorities. And this will continue, and will communicate with the public at the right time which is the next topic and the next place where we are going to have the Kusi Ideas Festival. That is sustainability, again focusing on matters, environment, health, and education. Those are areas we've consistently focused on. Then marketing, we have a number of activities like the top 100, the top 40 under 40, and a variety of other activities. A significant one is the relaunch of Taifa Leo and the launch of Taifa Leo Coast Edition. Just for information, Taifa Leo is the fastest growing publication, I think, in this country. No other publication is growing better and is getting better traction than Taifa Leo. It has a double-digit growth in an environment where expectation of such growth is not there. So I will end there and invite Mr. Mutuma Matthew to discuss and go deeper into the transformation journey. So Mutuma, karibu. After Mutuma, we'll have